Hey everyone, are you ready for a dose? I had a request for some shoulder work today, and it's so magnificent outside that I wanted to dose you from outdoors. So we're in my beautiful yard, and we're going to do some shoulder work. So first and foremost, it's really important that we get to be functional, to move, we want to get symmetrical around our midline, our central axis. I wore the bones shirt today. So trace with me your forehead, bridge of your nose, down to your breastbone. Your navel falls on that line, as well as your pubic bone. So you really want to feel that you can perceive that midline before you can get symmetrical through your right and left sides of your body. As you can see, that the bones are showing you. So if you're having some shoulder discomfort, check yourself out, especially if you want to do some of these very simple movements. All right, so I'm sitting level on a stool. I have my head over my vertebrae, and I'm sitting evenly on my sit bones. I'm not sitting all cross-legged, weight more on one hip. You can see that completely changed my whole orientation. My shoulders are starting to pull inward and move forward. So I'm never going to feel good. It's also taking my head forward, which is going to put more strain on the muscles that are helping to support my head. So little adjustment, just get symmetrical. All right. And then secondly, it's just really helpful to start with some gentle movements, like the arriving practice. Hopefully you're still doing that, but that gets underneath our habits of chronic tension and holding up. When we're stressed, we don't often know we're even doing this, so keep doing the arriving practice, because as you pay attention to feeling your weight drop into the ground, it gets underneath a habit like shrugging unconsciously, and you start to notice when you're doing it throughout the day, and then you can say, okay, let go, drop down. Feel the bones that are on the ground and are supported, and drop your weight into that, all right? Second to that is you can begin, consciously making tension, pulling your shoulders towards your ears, and then take a breath and sigh and let them drop down, right? So you can easily do that here, there, and everywhere. You can do gentle rolls, moving my shoulders towards the camera, up towards my ears, back and down. Again, very simple. It's motion lotion, right? You can reverse that back, up, forward, and down. Okay? So these are all really important things to do throughout the day. Shoulder work is not a one and done. If there's one joint system of the body that I've learned over time, we're never done. Shoulders take our attention on a daily basis. Okay? So, another really nice one to do is just reach your arms wide. This is the season, obviously, of no contact, social spacing with others. We can't hug each other, but guess what? We can hug ourselves. So you see, I just cross my arms in front. I can feel my shoulder blades in my back body pulling wide, and they need that. They need to move in all directions, all right? And then when I uncross, and I can kind of pull my hands towards each other in the back. Now my shoulder blades come together in the back. I'm going to come in for another hug, change the cross, maybe this time even nod my head a little bit. Nice breath in, release that out, open up. And this time I'm going to just let my head tip back a little bit from the very top of the vertebral column where it meets my skull, and then arms down. So simple. Do it again. Arm rolls or spiraling is another great action. And I'll just remind you, I brought it up in the hydration video. These first three fingers, thumb, pointer, middle, tie into front body. Fourth and fifth finger tie into back body. And each finger correlates to a part of the shoulder blade or the shoulder girdle itself. So simply allowing the arms to, technically this is called external rotation or spiraling outward, and internal rotation, spiraling inward. But I want to feel for is that movement making it all the way through from my fingertips all the way up to my shoulder girdle. All right, and it's really nice. And all the while I'm doing these soft movements, I'm still noticing that what's meeting the ground is meeting the ground. I'm letting my feet rest. I'm letting my sits bones rest. They are like the platform for my vertebral column to rise up. There's no up or elongation without grounding down into the earth. And then my limbs can move a lot more efficiently and freely. I can't stand it. I want to hug myself again. Little head nod, this is sort of that inward as I flex my body. And this is more outward as I extend my body. And then I'm neutral again. Okay? So you can do that stuff here, there, and everywhere without attracting too much tension to yourself. And it doesn't matter. You're doing this for yourself to feel better. I'm going to show you on the ground now. I'm just going to lie on my back, knees bent. My heels are in line with my sit bones, arms to the side. Again, just trace that midline and then feel these arms spread out. I can reach up, give myself that hug here, nod my head. And this time I'm going to pour a little bit into one side and feel those bones sink. And then come through center. I'm going to come up, change that cross, another big hug, little head nod, and then pour to the other side. And I just, over and over, just notice what's meeting the ground and being conscious that the ground's coming up to meet me there with support. On the ground, doing those arm rolls, those arm spirals, rotating in, palms go down. Can you see that starts to pull my shoulders forward if I kept going, right? And as I roll them outward, my palms turn up. Yeah? And you can have your hands at any level, close to the body, moving outward. You can be snow angel arms and play with that as well. Okay. And if I were to roll to my side, I can do it right here too. So you might find yourself, maybe when you go to bed, if you're a side sleeper, maybe just let this top arm come to your hip. Give yourself time to really settle down. If you wake up in the night and your mind starts reeling, let your mind track your body doing some of these things. They're very simple, but they're profound. They have a dramatic effect on easing the tension in the body. Again, it's motion, lotion. I could take this arm up and continue to let it spiral. And it all just feels really pleasurable. Sometimes it's nice to just let the arm reach and feel that it's suspended by the support of space. And then take a real slow journey back towards your hip and feel the slower you go, you can really perceive gravity pulling down through you. Your arm gets heavier the closer you get to the support. And then give in to the support. And enjoy that. Let your hand come down. Again, feeling the support. You can push into it, and that will bring you back upright. And then you would do the other side. I'm not going to do that right now, but just want to remind you of some of these simple things that you can be doing to, break up some of that tension in your system and give your mind something else to do other than worry. So I hope you enjoy the dose. Dose yourself, and I'll see you again.